What's going on, you professional? My name is Professor Panda, and today we're walking through setting up Voicemod with the Elgato Wave 3 microphone, or more specifically, the Wavelength software. First up, let's talk about the Elgato Wavelength software. This software is just the bamboo best. What it gives you the ability to do is not only to control your microphone gain and impact and the volume that's going to be fed, not just to yourself if you need to hear yourself, but also to what your recording software or your stream is going to hear. A lot of that is on board and available here. And not only is that there, you have the ability to control all of your different media and sound inputs and separate them as you need to. So you see, like here as an example, their system, my gaming noise, my music, which is currently playing, the browser, sound effects, whatever I want to have. And the names are kind of irrelevant. It's just more anything that you have that's making noise if you want to control separately. And in real time, you have the ability to do so. Absolutely phenomenal. And this is just as a standalone is brotastic in itself. Now let's jump into Voicemod. And Voicemod I found to be a major game changer for me because it not only gives me the ability to quickly go from sounding like this
to going over and throwing like, hey, how's it going? How are you, my Pandarific friends?
And immediately swapping right back very, very intuitively. I also have the ability to integrate soundboard items. Like if I don't know what the is going on, which happens a lot, I have the ability to quickly and efficiently do that. And not only that, you can integrate all sorts of sounds in as many as you want to and have the ability to code them, be it if you have a Stream Deck or something like that. You have the ability to link those in as well and just quickly jump in anytime somebody tries to throw a panda pun at you. Just be like, love it. Anyways, it's wonderful. It's easy to integrate. And even if you don't use it for the voice changing or for the soundboard, even Voicemod alone has clean integrations that can improve your mic quality. I just turned it off, and even though it is just a little bit different, it is significant enough, at least for me personally, that it adds a crispness that makes me a very happy panda. So highly, highly recommended you check out Voicemod. If you have not yet, you will not be disappointed. Well, it looks like for the meat and bamboo here, Brucey Bear decided to join us. So, so sorry about that. So at any rate, so what you're going to want to do in Voicemod is you want to make sure to go to your settings, and there's only two things that you want to make sure that are set. And that's all you need to do on the Voicemod side. For your input, you want to ensure that Elgato Wave 3, the mic in, is set as your input. And it is important to note, this is the only place in anything else that you do that you're going to choose the Elgato Wave 3 as your mic in. So once you set this, effectively, Voicemod becomes your microphone software. And we'll look at that in the next section here. The output, on the other hand, is this is what bamboozled me at first, because in my mind, it just felt like, okay, my headphones or whatever my sound output, that's what I need to select as my output device. And that's not true. You need to use the Wavelength system as your source feed for your output. The reason for that is any output you're going to be receiving now is going to be feeding through the Wavelength software. So the important thing to note here on the Voicemod side, make sure your input is set to mic in, the Elgato Wave, and then of course the output is set to the Wavelength system. Don't worry about the actual adjustments here for the volume. That's something that actually is going to take care of itself in the Wavelength adjustments over here. So swapping over to the actual inputs on the Wavelength side, the only thing that you need to do over here is, number one, make sure that you have your Wave 3 reflected on here. You're going to want to make sure that both your personal output and the output that goes to the stream or your recording software they're both turned off. That's just simply done by clicking these right here just to make sure that that line is drawn through them. The reason is we're no longer using this software to feed our microphone. Voicemod's taking care of it going forward. You can click this drop down here. I strongly recommend that, and if you look right above me, you can see, I actually have my input gain adjusted at the level that I want my microphone to be at. So I probably recommend take the time to figure this gain, what works for you. Put it here first. You can do other things in your OBS and recording software for later, like quality improvements, but setting it here is what will adjust it automatically over here in the actual Voicemod software, which I think is just brotastic. So you make sure you adjust it here, you'll see it reflected over here. So you don't need to adjust it on the Voicemod side. That's taken care of when you do it over here. All right, last thing that we're going to take a look at here, my brotastic friend, is looking at how to make sure to protect yourself to get everything set up the way that you need before you start adjusting channels, before you start looking at putting this on your OBS or your recording software. It'll save you a ton of heartburn. And when you go into the Wavelength software, you actually have an option here that mentions your select app audio output in the Windows sound setting. You're going to click there, and that's going to open you up to the app volume and device preferences section here. In here, you want to make sure that your output is set to your Wavelength software. Your input is set to Voicemod. So if you look up here at your default preferences, your Wavelength system Elgato Wave 3, similar to what you did in the Voicemod software, that's what you're going to select here. What that does is if you choose not to utilize any of the channels and mixing and matching for volume, which is fine, you do not have to do that. It makes sure that the default is going through the actual Wavelength the Wavelength system channel. Makes things so much smoother, and it just helps with the bamboozlement quite a bit, I found. The input, however, this is where Voicemod starts coming into play. That mic in Elgato Wave 3, nope, it doesn't exist anymore. Microphone Voicemod Virtual Audio Device WDM is the one that you want to select here. That's what you're going to choose for your input for any other software, but specifically putting it here just saves that heartburn. If you have a game like Phasmophobia that uses the default system input device, this makes sure that it's set to Voicemod and not something else. A quick note I also wanted to add here, even though a lot of software, it's kind of plug and play, this is something for anybody that uses an OBS application. I wanted to share with you a quick trick that I found, swapping over from the Elgato Wave 3 mic in to Voicemod without having to do anything super funky. So by default, the mic in Elgato Wave 3 is what's set as your input device. You quickly go over here to your settings, you can go to properties, and then you can actually just swap the device right over to your Voicemod virtual audio device there. By doing that, what that allows you to do is just quickly go in, swap this out, and if you have any existing filters that you want to continue to utilize, such as noise suppression and otherwise, you can do that without any heartburn at all. So just very quick trick, save you some time without having to go in and adjust everything else. So just save you a little bit of time. And that's it, my friend. I hope you found this tutorial a little helpful. If you have any questions, if you'd like to see anything else, if you'd like me to deep dive into any of the specifics of the things that we kind of just yeeted through here, feel free to post it in the comments below. Let us know what your thoughts are. We're planning on making this a kind of a Papa Panda Talks regular thing, and would love to help out how we can. I really enjoyed working with Voicemod and with Elgato with this microphone and some of their other products as well. So just remember to stay professional, stay hydrated. We love you here, and we're rooting for you to succeed at everything that you do. Bye!